Hey girls, this is Coach Justin here. Thought this would be an easier way to get our 4-week message across versus the traditional way we have been using it. So we're in phase 2020.4. It'll make sense in the next couple slides. When we take a look at where we are in our off season, we're in phase 4, which is about 13 to 16 weeks from the end of our season. We're in that term of our off season. We're about halfway through it. When we look at the goals of this phase, we're lowering our volume a little bit to increase our intensity. We want to improve on that speed development work that we've been working on the last 12 weeks. And we want to keep and maintain our stabilizer muscles strong. So when we do get back to volleyball, once this is all over, we don't need to spend so much time on that rehab stuff. In terms of the feedback that I got, seems like everyone enjoyed the style of workouts and enjoyed the agility work. As we get closer to September, we're going to add a little bit more of it. When we take a look at our general overview of our 4 weeks, we're going to decrease in total volume slightly, all right, but this gives us an opportunity on that speed development and power output we always talk about. So 2 different things to look at. We have between weeks and within week. Between week is a week to week look. Within a week is a day to day look. So between the weeks, our goal is to build intensity as that volume drops. And we should just be ready to go by that 4th week. All right, things should just be in a nice flow. We shouldn't be thinking about what we have to do. It should just be about power output. Within that week, so day to day, we have undulating. So what that means is we have high volume days, followed by low volume days, high volume days, low volume days, and then a high volume day. The goal is to peak for Friday though. It's to peak for that highest intensity, that speed development, that power output are kind of the best bang for a buck mentality going into this next 4 weeks. The goals of this phase is speed and power through that speed development. We want to try to develop strength and power through that stretch shortening cycle that we've been working on the last 4 weeks, maintain those stabilizer muscles, and then we're going to add something new these 4 weeks, which is a weekly questionnaire. When we take a look at our plyometrics, just kind of running through the same idea, decrease in total volume from the last 4 weeks, but it's going to help us improve on that speed development and increase our intensity in each of our jumps, runs, sprints, anything like that. Between the weeks, working on speed development mechanics, acceleration running drills that we've been doing, still using that stretch shortening cycle and maintaining our stabilizer muscles. Within the week, Thursday is a rest day from any kind of jumping we're going to be doing, so we can peak for that Friday and get that highest power output and everything you have. Remember, even while we're doing it, we still want to be focusing on mechanics. When we look at our conditioning, all right, so it's going to be higher than our last 4 weeks. The goal here is to build an aerobic base that's going to be important to long-term success and injury prevention. Between our weeks, overall decreased volume week to week allows for that increased intensity. That way we can be running faster each week. All right, so each week you're going to have a little bit less to do, but that means I need you to be moving faster, running further. Within our week, all right, your Wednesday here is actually be programmed on a Tuesday because that's the day I'm not going to be with you. And it could be either a run or other form of kind of low impact, all right? And we just want to keep moving. If you do have a ladder and you want to do some ladder drills, that's a great way to get some conditioning in also. When we look at our Thursday, all right, our conditioning is done through our agility work. We want to go practice speed, working on that technique. You want to complete block, rest, and repeat. All right, so you want to complete all of agility 1 on some kind of timed manner, either every minute, every 90 seconds, whatever makes you feel comfortable that you're getting that workout in. I wouldn't go any longer than every 90 seconds though. So complete agility 1 on an every 90-second clock. Grab some water, take a break, pretend it's a timeout, and then repeat to finish up the rest of your agility work. Friday, we have some pre and post speed development, or pre and post of our speed development, and it's just working on moving fast, working on some running mechanics, especially when we're fatigued. When we take our weightlifting, so not our traditional weightlifting, but this is us working on that concentric movement in our stretch sorting cycle, right? We've done it unilaterally, bilaterally, and it's just all about power output. Between the weeks, just increase that intensity, same thing we did the last 4 weeks. So within the week, all right, remember this weightlifting part is just the concentric portion. So it's just the power outputs portion. When we take a look at our accessory work, All right, we're spending less time on this, all right, because less time in full specific movements. All right, when we look between the weeks, we do want to increase that volume a little bit, but the goal here is to just get that full range of motion back in our joints by the end of the 4 weeks, and increasing that volume should guarantee that. All right, the whole thing here is just to regain whatever we would have lost. We should have most of it back by now, but it is something that we can keep working on and developing throughout the summer. But at this point, we should be back to pretty good full range of motion. When we look at gymnastics or bodyweight movements that we traditionally do, spend less time working on this. This is more of our pre-rehab work that we usually do. Between the weeks, we're just going to decrease that volume, undulating again. Joint health by this point, as kind of like that range of motion, should be back to pretty full health. We will continue to work on it, especially with all the sprinting and running we're going to be doing. All right, so within the week, we're going to focus on our pre-rehab stuff post-weekend, especially after that speed development work. I know a lot of girls save it for Saturday, Sunday. So if we spend that Monday just kind of working on our pre-rehab work, should help with injury prevention in the long run. So something new, we're going to add this 4 weeks. It's 5 questions that you should be doing daily. It's our weekly questionnaire. It's just rate your muscle soreness, what's your overall mood, how motivated are you, how many hours of sleep did you get, and your sleep quality. All right. The goal of this is just to get a complete picture of us as a team and as you as individual athletes. We do a great job on the physical side, getting our team workouts done, having high team builder completion. But now we kind of want to move over to that mental side a little bit, right? Just do a little bit of check-ins here and there and just see if there's some trends. That way, once we get back to our season, we kind of have a better idea versus just the physical stuff that we do. The completion of it, as I said before, should be done before every workout. The Zoom workouts, I'll make sure we're done, or I'll make sure you complete it before we start. If not, you do need to complete these on your own. We're still going to look for the same completion percentages as we do with our traditional workouts. When we take a look at our speed development or agility work, all right, agility is going to be on Thursdays. I did make a mistake on this sheet, all right, that is uploaded to Team Builder. Use the sets and reps on Team Builder, not the sets and reps on this sheet. Something new this 4 weeks, all right, we have steps before a movement or steps before we make a cut. That last step is the most aggressive one to make the movement. You want to try to cover the distance marked out with those steps. So, for example, all right, agility 1, we're cutting to the right. So that's a left foot plant to cut to the right. All right, so step 1 is my right foot. Step 2, left foot pushes into the ground to make that movement. The goal here is to cover about 2.5 yards or about tack line to net. Kind of the same distance, maybe just a little bit shorter. Throughout the drill and all the drills, we want to pick up speed. That 100% is that game speed. 75% is kind of that technical work. And 50% is just to get us going. When we take a look at our Friday speed development, all right, our warm-up has an extra drill in it now, flutter kicks to acceleration. Before we get there though, you want to use the warm-up that is on the sheet. The flutter kicks to acceleration though, a couple things we want to pay attention to. We have minimum foot contacts and maximum foot contacts. So within a 5-yard marker, we want 12 total flutter kicks. So flutter kicks, we're just bouncing off the balls of our feet, staying tall with good arm movement. Maximum foot contacts, for 10 yards, we only want 6 total. So now we want to start pushing more aggressively off the balls of our feet to start traveling and covering more ground. That run is 100%, so it's a game speed. So hopefully you understand this. That way, as we add more drills to our warm-up, it makes a little bit more sense. We do take a look at our acceleration drills, something we have been doing the last 4 weeks, or rather longer than that. Let's just keep working on these technical points. All right, the goal here is just to start moving faster, running faster. That way our power output is a little bit higher. As always, if you do have any questions, you can just send me a message or send anyone a message, then just relay it to me and I'll try to get back to you as fast as I can. Hopefully this is an easier way to break down our 4 weeks of workouts versus the traditional way we did it. And if you have any questions again, just let me know.